Good morning, afternoon, evening. This is the One Man Militia, and I'm here to discuss my top five concealed carry and a wild card. I base my top five concealed carry on the fact that I've selected my firearms naturally with me going to work because I go to work about 4 days a week or 4 nights a week. And I go out on the town way less than 4 times a week. So basically, I chose firearms that I carry more often, ones that seem to feel um, more comfortable. And keeping that in mind, we're going to go through each category. My categories are the 9 millimeter, the 40 caliber, the 45 ACP. My wild card is a 1911 since the 45 ACP has roughly 18 firearms, making it the largest of the collection. The 10 millimeter and the revolvers. Revolvers of various sizes, ranging from 38 Special to Smith& Wesson 500. And keep in mind, on previous videos, I did mention that I don't carry anything crazy like Smith& Wesson 500, Smith& Wesson 460s. I don't really carry 10 millimeters, but I did choose a 10 millimeter in the event that if I wanted to carry one or if I had to carry one, what would I carry? Um, Now, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the discussion. The first firearm is based on the 9 millimeter. I do have full size and I have compact size 9 millimeters. The full size are the 59 series and the compact is the 69 series. Now, for the 9 millimeters, I like to present the 6906. We're going to safety check this firearm and I'll kind of discuss it a little bit with you here, why it is the most carried. Okay. You can see nothing is in the magazine well and nothing is in the chamber here. Ever since I was introduced to the 690 series roughly 3 years ago or so, when I started buying these older Smith & Wessons, the 6906 happened to stick out for the fact that it is a 3.5 inch barrel. It is based on the 59 series, which are like the 4 inch barrels, like the 5906, 5946, and those. It doesn't mean I necessarily hate those models, but this happened to be the most concealed carried. I was carrying this one off and on for 3 years. As you can see that it is a double stack, which I like about it. It holds 12 rounds plus one in the chamber, total of 13. It is a later model because of the squared hand grip here, as we learned from previous videos. I do have the whole rubber hand grip, which I did add on here. Does make a nice, comfortable firearm. It is a steel framed, and I do just love it. My next firearm is the 40 caliber category, which is the most concealed carried. And actually, I carried this one, um, I know, consecutively for the last 3 weeks or so. But I did carry this one just last night. It is the 4013. 4013 is similar to the 6906 in the fact that it does have a 3 inch barrel. It is single stacked. We'll go ahead and do a magazine check here. Well, you can see magazine is out and there's nothing in the chamber here. But basically the smaller does have the rubber hole can grip. It is single stacked. Nice, comfortable firearm. My magazine that I do have is an extended foot plate here. So it holds 11 rounds, single stacked instead of the usual 9 rounds. So it's like a +2. And the thing about this 4006 is you remember off of my previous video, 4013 times 2 plus 1. I have 3 of these. So basically, I don't mind taking 1 out of 3 and carrying it all the time. And so far, this have been my consecutive concealed carry for the last, I guess, month or so. Okay, we'll go ahead and go to the next category, which is the 45 ACP. I haven't carried it as much, but the few times I have carried, I've enjoyed carrying the 4516. We're gonna do a safety check on this and discuss it a little bit. Now when we get to 40 caliber and more, we start going into the single stack magazines, and as you can see, this is the 7 round magazine here. You can see the numbers. Nothing in the firearm, nothing in the chamber. This is a steel framed 45 ACP or 45 caliber, whatever you want to call it. It does have a 3.5-inch barrel. It does have the Hogue rubber hand grip. It is a single stack, and it is, a little bit heavier than the 4013. Well, actually, this is aluminum frame, aluminum alloy, so it's very light because it's a 4013. But it is considerably lighter than this. Considerably heavier than this 6906, the 6906 here. However, if you want a small package, but you want a 45 ACP, and yeah, nowadays Smith & Wesson do make the M&P Shield 45, but if you want something that can offset a little bit of that recoil, get you a steel frame 4516 model that will offset some of that recoil, and you still have the kick-ass power of a 45 caliber. And as I mentioned in an earlier video, um, the 5-inch barrel version, the 4506, shoots out the 45 ACP at 830 feet per second. This one might put it out a little bit slower because of the fact that you won't get all of your velocity basically because it has a little bit shorter barrel, but it is a very nice compact 45 caliber. My next firearm, I've never concealed carried it. I only have 3 in this category. It's the 10 millimeter. But if I did have to conceal carry one of them, it would be my Smith & Wesson 1066 model. We're going to do a safety check on this here. As you can see, it has a 9-round magazine here, like some 185 grain 10 millimeter. You can see the numbers there. Nothing in the magazine well, and nothing here in the chamber. 10 millimeter makes a good firearm to protect yourself against 4-legged predators. And no, I don't mean 2 people. I mean something like a mountain lion or some sort, some big animal. I only have 3 of these models. I have the 1006, which is the 5-inch barrel, and I have the 1086, which is the double action only. As you know, I do love double action onlys as well, but what disqualified my double action only from this model is the fact that I don't have the rubber hole hand grip on the 1086, because when you have the double action only, um, was it the, yeah, when you have, I just don't have the hole hand grip. I have the plastic one piece curved backstrap hand grip. This particular model does have the whole rubber hand grip. It is single stacked. It is a medium sized or a mid sized firearm with the 4-inch barrel. If I had to carry a 10 millimeter, then this would be it out of my collection currently. Out of the three that I do own, the Smith & Wesson 1086. And my next firearm, I know I might catch a little flack for this, but I have to be fair about everything. I love my revolvers. All of my revolvers are performance center, and I just love them. But if I had to concealed carry one, it'd be the Smith & Wesson 686, particularly the one with this whole rubber hand grip again. We're going to go ahead and empty the bullets out here because I pulled this one just like all of them, straight out of the collection here. And as you can see, there's 7 empty cylinders there, or empty cylinder and 7 empty slots. And this particular one, I have 38 special loaded in it as well. When I do carry my revolvers, I like to carry the 38 specials. Yeah, it might be a little bit anemic considering the 357, but the thing is, I want to protect myself from a particular threat, and I don't want my rounds to be going through a threat. 357s have been known to go through car engine blocks, but the Smith & Wesson 686, this is the snub nose version with the 2-inch barrel. It is a performance center. I don't get a chance to carry it too often, but I do love to carry my revolvers every now and again. But the Smith & Wesson 686 steel framed um, revolver. And as for my Wildcard, of course, is a 1911, but it's not the 1911 that you're probably thinking about. You're probably thinking about a 45 ACP 1911, but this particular model is a Smith & Wesson Pro Series 1911 chambered in 9 millimeter. And yes, it is another 9 millimeter, but the thing is, it is a 1911. We're going to go ahead and do a safety check here. I did get the magazine out, and as you know, 1911s don't have the magazine disconnect like all of my other models here. So basically, a 1911 will shoot a round out of it if there's no magazine in the firearm. And as you see, there was an empty magazine well, and this is an empty chamber. And the reason I chose this 1911, I do have the 45, I do have the 45 ACP version of the Pro Series. However, this particular model holds, I believe it's 9 rounds. Let's see. It holds 9 rounds in this particular model. And I have used this one many a times when I want to just go to the mailbox, pick up the mail. Nice little, um, it's a nice little firearm to protect you and get you to your other firearms. The only reason my 45 series kind of lost out to this one, even though my 45 Pro series do have the Crimson Trace on it, which is a good addition as far as aiming at your target or for a quick aim. Um, it did have the rubber hand grip, not necessarily a whole hand grip, but it is a rubber hand grip to offset some of the recoil. Keep in mind that both of these firearms are made about the same size, and the 45 ACP is still a little bit more snappier than the 9 millimeter. Plus the fact that you get 3 extra rounds out of this 9 millimeter holding 9 rounds versus the 45 ACP only holding 6 rounds. And that is it as far as my most concealed carried. Um, please like and subscribe. Please comment. I do appreciate comments. I do appreciate um, subscribers, and I do appreciate the likes as well. Thank you for your time. One Man Militia out.